boy, howdy.
Hey.
My lighting is not ideal, but I don't care to change it. I'm kind of shadowy a little bit. I genuinely don't care. Anyway, welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where the tea is piping hot and we are always ready to spill. I'm Logan Murphy, just a gay, here with Pitcha Patis, as we have named her finally.
Pitcha Patis.
Yes.
And I'm Luci. I said Luciferous. I'm Luci Furr-Matrix. It matches, I guess. And I'm just here with a cup of coffee.
Good.
More bean juice.
Yay, hot bean juice.
Yep.
Oh, I truly love hot bean juice. And boy, do we need caffeine, therapy, all of the above things. Oh boy, because today we are discussing RuPaul's Rigged for Baga Chipz race, UK versus the world, episode 4. Oh boy, Snatch Game.
It feels like we're farther in than 4 episodes.
But that's because we are halfway through because there's only 6. So
yep,
we have
half of 6.
We have
is
one
4.
more. Half of 6 is absolutely 4. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I went to college for science, not math. So
it's why you're a drag queen now.
I didn't even do that right.
Nah, I think you do it pretty well. Don't spill the hot bean juice, Luci. It's precious.
I'll lick it off the floor.
Oh, I feel y'all, if you can't tell, we are both just beyond just this episode. Today has just been a whirlwind for us both. So we're here barely. But yeah, Drag Race. God, where did we even start? I guess the beginning.
Who went home?
Well,
I mean, from
Bimbo.
Yeah, okay.
Our big-titted Bimbo is gone. We go back to the workroom after Pangina eliminated Jimbo, and we find out that Janey picked Jujubee, and for the 3rd week in a row, we have had a different decision made by the winners of the challenge, which I think now is a record for an all-star season. Typically, it's the same decision.
I like it when it's different. I like the friction in the drama. I wish they only allowed him to pick one. Like, oh, somebody already chose Jujubee. You got to choose somebody else. Yeah,
like
shady.
That would pick.
Yeah, shady. That would be.
Oh my god! Or if it was like a top 3, like I hate 3-way lip syncs, but like if it was a top 3 and then there were only like 2 lipsticks available per person.
I mean, I'd also be fine. It's like you win the lip sync, spin the wheel, see who goes home. Like that would be fun.
Yeah. The format that I'm waiting to see, honestly, is like a bottom 3. You pick the winner of the challenge, but the winner of the challenge pulls someone out of the bottom 3, and the other 2 lip sync.
Oh yeah, that could be messy. I'm here for that.
Yeah, because like as much as like Lip Sync for Your Legacy has provided some like good lip syncs. I think of like Shut Up and Drive. I think of Anaconda from All Stars 3. That's pretty much it. Like, as much as like the Lip Sync for Your Legacy has provided good ones, it's not gonna compete with like Lip Sync Assassins. It's not gonna compete with Lip Sync for Your Life. Like, it's just and none of the lip syncs on this season have been remarkable by any means of the imagination. So, but yeah, so Janey picked Juju. Juju is like understanding, like, yeah, it was my second time in the bottom. Like, I get it, but I'm happy to be here still. I'm happy Juju's still here because otherwise we wouldn't have gotten this Snatch Game that was something else. We'll talk about it. But yeah, not a whole lot else happens. It's next day in the workroom. Everyone's shady as usual. RuPaul comes in. It's Snatch Game, but there's a twist. It is Snatch Game Family Edition. So they're separating them into teams of 3. One team will be with Michelle Visage, the other with Katie Price Love, which I love Katie Price. I am so obsessed with this woman. I remember watching she was on Michelle Visage's season of Celebrity Big Brother UK, along with the demon spawn that is Katie Hopkins and the demon spawn that is Perez Hilton. That was a season. The only reason I made it all the way through was because of Katie Price and Michelle Visage. But yeah, that's where my love for Katie Price came from. I was happy to see her as the guest contestant for this Snatch Game Family Edition. But overall, Lucy, what did you think of this new version?
I like that it was something different. I don't think it really took away much from it. I do like that everybody got to give their answer.
That was my biggest positive.
I don't know if they had like more questions and then they just didn't air those. I assume they did, but I do like that you got to see everybody. But I watched it back through today and I totally even missed it the first time that one team was like girl characters, the other team was boy characters. I didn't even realize
completely unintentionally.
I didn't even realize that until today. I mean, not that James Charles or they weren't really on the boy side.
Masculine, feminine. Let's say that. Let's go with that, maybe. But and it was, I think, completely unintentional, and it happened to be that way because 2 of the people on the Michelle Visage masculine side ended up changing their characters. So so I think I like this. I think I'd need to see it again to really like cement if I like the concept. I will say I like this better than Snatch Game of Love. But this reminded me of, I think the game is Password, or it's like one of those game shows. It felt very like Original Match Game, where like, or there's another game show where like celebrities gave answers and then like regular people picked the answer they liked the best. Was that Match Game or was that something else?
Maybe it was a Match Game. I don't know.
I think it was. I was trying to think and I couldn't think of anything else. It might have been Match Game and I just like don't remember it. But if you know, let us know in the comments. But
it would make sense.
Yeah. And I love the original Match Game. I always said once I start drag, if I ever somehow get on Drag Race like season 28, which will be airing in 2 years, I know exactly who my Snatch Game character would be because I would do Brett Summers from the original Match Game. Just because like I grew up watching Match Game and I have such a reverence for Brett Summers beyond just her being an incredible actress. Like I could just sit there in a blonde wig, smoke a cigarette, and be a bitch the whole time. That's what I do best, minus the blonde wig and the cigarette. So
I'll send you one.
Fabulous, I appreciate it. But yeah, like that would be either that or Kirstie Alley, because
it surprised me nobody's done her yet.
Fettuccine! Just screaming fettuccine at everything, and then talking about Scientology. Like, in a similar vein, I'm surprised no one's done like Leah Remini.
Right?
Especially because she's best friends with Michelle Visage.
Maybe that's part of why they're afraid too, because then it's that fine line of being like, because Leah Remini has a reputation for not being the nicest.
Yeah.
So it could,
Totally.
It could be a little cause a little tension there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the one character I was waiting for, and unfortunately we got it from the worst possible person, was Jennifer Coolidge. I don't even want to talk about that one, but I don't want to talk about that human. Anyway, we normally don't talk about the Ru walkthrough, but it's Snatch Game, and Snatch Games of recent require RuPaul to pretty much try to change everyone's Snatch Game character.
Yeah.
And I'm like, RuPaul has truly just become an agent of chaos on Snatch Game, and I don't know whether I like it or not.
I would be that person. So I'd be like, I mean, that's part of the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because then it's like, do you take her advice or do you not? Because usually if you don't, it's bad.
Yeah.
But there's some people that we've seen in the past do that, stick to their guns, and it really pays off.
Yeah.
So.
And I think one of the changes that was made was for the better. The other one, I'm not too sure, but
James Charles was horrible.
We'll talk about it, because I pulled photos and I forgot how bad the paint on Miss Janey Jacke was. Love Janey, but yeah. So Janey was one to change her character. Her original character was Tan Mom, which is so obscure that I think she could have made it really funny by just doing whatever she wanted.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. So
she was like a viral thing in like the early stages of like people being viral. She was just like a mom that was really tan. Like there's really nothing else about her. But I think that's such a unique and different character that she could have done so much with it and just been completely stupid and random. Whereas pigeonholing yourself into this James Charles character, I think you could do James Charles very well on Snatch Game, but it would take like a true comedian to do it. And I don't think Janey is that person. But I think someone could make it funny.
Yeah.
Because if you truly just like dive into like all of the horrible shit James Charles has done and then just sing off key the whole time, like you can make some of that funny.
Yeah, maybe I just don't know enough about James Charles to really get it.
And I know too much about him, so I wish I knew less. But the other person that changed their character was Mo Hart. Now, we know Mo doesn't have a great track record with Snatch Game. Obviously, going home on her first and being completely average with her Tiffany Haddish. I had forgotten she did Tiffany Haddish on All Stars 4, so it was news to me. But her original choice, and I would have loved to see how it turned out, was Gordon Ramsay.
Oh God, that would have been. It would have had to been so bad that it was good. Because
yeah.
Oh, I don't know that.
I just imagine Mo turning to blue as Austin Powers and doing the idiot sandwich thing. Like that, I think that could have been funny.
It would have been a choice. I don't know if it would have been the right choice. I kind of wish there were alternate endings so you could see the flip side of that.
Right.
I kind of wish they'd have a Snatch Game where they had to bring two and they do the first half as one, first half as the second. That would be like...
I think that would be really fun.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, I did pull the look for Snatch Game along with the runway look. So if we want to touch on the like trauma corner section before we dive into all of it, we can. Because there's not much else. Because next day in the workroom, we'll talk about the challenge, but next day in the workroom, they talk about cancel culture, and it's like a really strange conversation about cancel culture.
Yeah, it felt very produced.
Completely. My favorite line is, I think it's it's something along the lines of this from IMHO. If you watch them, I love them, but their line is like completely unprovoked, without being talked to by a producer whatsoever. They have a conversation about cancel culture. And like it felt incredibly produced. It was like, I don't know if they knew what was going to happen at the end of the episode, but it felt like over the last 2 episodes, it felt like a very, very convenient conversation to be having.
Yeah.
Given the last elimination and given this one. But yeah, it felt strange and weird, and I didn't love it, but
I didn't know where it came from, I guess. Like it.
Yeah. I don't even remember what the like catalyst question was. Oh, I think it was like someone asked, I think it might have been Blue, asked if anyone had been canceled before.
Yeah, I think they were talking about the issue with the James Charles character.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And Pangina said that she had been canceled because of like being on Drag Race Thailand. People thought she was too harsh as a judge, which I never did personally, but I understand where people are coming from in that regard, because she is a drag queen, for lack of a better term. She's a drag queen. So,
and we're judgmental.
Yeah,
and we're harsh, and we're I mean, but there were a lot of things being said by all these different age groups. I've been doing it long enough. I've lived through all of them.
Mm-hmm.
The Jurassic period, the 1990s. I've done all those. Yeah. So it's like I kind of get everybody's point of view. And it's just, it's such a touchy subject to really dive into. And there was really no way for people to, somebody was going to come out saying something's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Like, it's not great. I'll be the first to say, like, it's not great. I think it's necessary, but I think if it's leaned more into like canceling people for the hell of it instead of keeping people accountable for the things they say and do. And that's what we should be doing, rather than like, obviously it's touchy, but like keeping people accountable is the point. And whether that's happening or not is a circumstantial situation.
Yeah, my whole thing is like, was there a mistake made? If the answer is yes, then have their steps been taken to make sure that doesn't occur again? Or the person's at least educated to where it doesn't occur again? That's it. I don't think there's really anybody above being, I don't want to say fixed, but
educated, I think is the right is like the best way to put it.
Like, we're all human, we all screw up.
Yep.
It's just, but
yeah,
there wasn't much really there though with that.
Yeah, I hate the produced like trauma corner bullshit. It just like, it's gotten old and it's incredibly recognizable and it's just like not fun.
Well, I mean, because I'll tell you, somebody who's spent 20 years in a dressing room with queens, that's not how queens talk in a dressing room. Like, it is that harsh, it's gritty. If they actually aired what it was like to watch drag performers kiki, we would all be canceled so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is its own culture, like a subculture of the queer community. So,
oh yeah.
And that's kind of a sacred thing. So you're not ever going to see on Drag Race what it's really like.
Yeah.
You're just not.
And that's why that's one of the biggest downsides to the commercialization of drag that has occurred in the last 10 years. But I mean, on the flip side, people are making full careers and millions of dollars as drag artists, which who the hell thought that would ever happen? So it's very much so a double-edged sword.
It's always funny watching them in there and they're getting painted, they're having serious conversation, and just in a dressing room, people are like calling each other out, throwing makeup brushes, jumping over each other, like being idiots. Like, it's a playground.
Yeah.
It's not what you see on TV, but
yeah,
it's reality.
Right. Anyway, Snatch Game, shall we? I guess we have to. That's what we signed up to do here today. So,
I read "Lick Be a Lady."
Not Lick Be. Ooh, that's a different. That's the Cup After Dark. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the Snatch Game and the runway kind of together. And the category is, as Luci says, "Lick Be a Lady." And we're going in alphabetical order, starting with Baga Chipz as Kathy Bates. Now, here's what I will say. I have not seen the movie that this Kathy Bates is referencing.
Oh, you're missing out.
Okay, yeah, because I do like Kathy Bates. So a lot of this confused me.
Oh my God, you need to watch it.
Okay.
Baga was honestly, and I haven't liked her this season, but she was honestly so good in this. Like, she portrayed it so well. Like, even like just this picture is creepy because she's spot on, and it's
okay.
The movie really was that weird and crazy. So, and she made so many references through it. Like, yeah. I was very impressed with this.
Yeah. I think I like the idea of doing a celebrity, but like from a specific thing. So like just only doing this version of Kathy Bates. I really like that.
It's my favorite. Like, because in the movie, the book that she's talking about is Misery. That's the main character in the book. So it's like her having like the Guru book and everything was hilarious. And then like even the references, like I just finished it, that was also in the movie. And that's when she kind of has her breakdown. So it's like, she thought this out so well.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing I could say bad about this. I just can't.
Because I was thinking like the closest to this in the regards of like doing a person from one specific thing that they're known from, and I think the next closest thing we've seen is Alyssa Edwards doing Joan Crawford, kind of, where all she's doing is quoting "Mommy Dearest."
Yeah,
and
in the movie, Paul is the other main character.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, when she's calling RuPaul Paul, it was like
I got that.
Everything was so thought out. Like, she really planned this out.
Yeah. I guess, not having the context of the movie, I found this just like perfectly okay. I'm definitely gonna take your word, and like the other, like I know other people that have seen the movie. My roommate and I we haven't, so it was a very like confusing watch.
It's such a good movie. I think you'd love it. So it's really good. Like, it's one of
whenever I get a sliver of free time, I'll try to slide that in there maybe.
Sometime in November.
Not even then. I'm already looking forward to next February. Honestly. This runway look is a costume.
Yeah, I wanted a cookie. Like, this is a Keebler elf.
Yep.
That's it. It's cute. Like, I do like it. It's hideous.
It's like on par with what Baga's brought on the runway so far.
I think it's better than anything I've seen her bring so far. Like, her makeup was actually cute. The hair's cute. Like, it's cute. And
I still think if I had to pick a personal favorite Baga look, not that I particularly love any of them, I think it would have to be the ... the pink polka dot, because she looked good in that. This just feels a little cheap for me, and it looked cheap walking on the runway. I don't know if it is. It's probably not, but it looked a little cheap, and like her performance of it, shocker, it's a wide mouth grin, shocker, it's the little like ooh, shocker, it's the like it's just so predictable, and I just but she did a great job in the Snatch Game. So
it's so weird looking at them side by side because like not even
close.
It's weird.
Well, let's go ahead and move on then to Blu Hydrangea as Austin Powers, or as Mike Myers, as Austin Powers, and then as Mike Myers as Dr. Evil. I had a very similar feeling to what the judges did. It got old very quickly, and she knew the exact moment to switch character.
Yeah, I understand everybody's point, but I think I'm the only person that, like, through this whole thing just did not like it. Something just felt not right to me. I don't know what it...
I didn't love it.
Like, I never laughed about it, and then when she switched characters, something about that seemed even creepier to me.
I almost wish she had just gone Dr. Evil. I think it was the stronger of the characters.
Yeah. Well, like, it's Austin Powers. She kind of looks like Lady Camden a bit.
A bit, yes.
So it was it was throwing me off. I don't know. Something just didn't feel. Something just wasn't right for me.
That's fair. No, that's fair completely. I thought it was fine. It was a lot stronger as Dr. Evil. I think Blu did the best job in this Snatch Game of as Paul. That's how I should have introed it, damn it. As Paul likes to say, volleying, which I hate the term now because Ru has used it so damn much. But Blu did the best job of working off of other people's jokes and other people's moments, especially sitting next to James Charles.
Yeah, well, Blu also had like the best character for being able to volley.
Yeah.
Because you can make almost anything dirty.
Yeah.
So if you have a character like that, and what was James Charles going to do? Not exactly. You got to be careful what James Charles is going to say. So.
Yes. Looking at this runway, this might be my favorite Blu Hydrangea look of the season.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
It's so subtle and understated, and yet she has two giant peplums in the front of her body. And yet I'm still saying it's subtle and understated. But like this color, this dark emerald, the dark scarlet hair is just, it looks so good on her. And I'm not saying that because she's Irish. It would have been so predictable for her to do something very quintessentially Irish. And I appreciate that she took this spin on it and made it fashion.
Yeah, like that color green is everything.
Gorgeous.
So yeah. No, because I saw that and I was like, "Ooh, now I want to make a lip color like that." Because
please do. I will buy all of them. Like I will buy every single one of them.
I was like, yeah, it's like almost black, but has the green. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love everything about it.
Because I know when I start drag, like my birthstone is emerald, and I look very good in a deep emerald green, even though I don't wear it very often. So I know it'll be like a signature color of mine. But if you do, I will buy all of them. So every single one of them, you will be sold out in minutes. Oh God, Lord help us. Okay, well next up is Janey Jacke.
Janey Charles.
Janey Charles. Hi, sisters. This was... He didn't even say sisters. He said sister.
Yeah,
Oh, God. The look is pretty okay.
Yeah, like I would know who that is. Like, oh yeah, that's...
Yeah. I almost wish she had done the like... I guess, iconic James Charles, the like paint swipe thing from his palette.
Yeah.
Like that maybe would have been it's probably really difficult to do in the time constraints that they're given.
Yeah, that would have been easy.
I just wish she had done more. Like, I wanted a microphone. Again, like I said earlier, I wanted like off-key singing the whole time. I wanted references to Tati. I wanted references to everyone and their mother, Jeffree Star. Like, just go there.
Yeah, I just didn't connect with this at all.
No.
But I also don't know that much about James Charles, so I was kind of
Yeah. And this was, I understand, because knowing when this was filmed right after like James had been in another controversy. So I understand not wanting to like go there, but if you're gonna pick a character, go full throttle. And if you can't go full throttle with this, then don't do it. I really wish she had done Tan Mom, because I think Tan Mom interacting with Austin Powers could have made for a lot of really great volleying, if you will. And I think it would have benefited both Janey and Blu heavily.
Yeah, I would never pick a character that you can't just kind of go nuts with.
Yeah.
Or that you can't get a little dirty and stupid with.
Yeah.
No.
And then this runway look is a piece of cardboard on her back.
I will say it's a nice looking piece of cardboard.
Very that.
It is well made. Like,
yes.
Her face is gorgeous in this.
Yes.
Like, her body is correct. Like that.
The dress is cute.
It's very much kind of like Paris Hilton if she was at like Paris Does Vegas in a cardboard box.
Paris does Vegas roulette girl.
Yeah, like it was cute, but the back piece obviously was just there because of the assignment.
I really hate the like poker chips on the dress too. I don't even think that was necessary. If you were gonna do that, then I maybe would have done it on the gloves. And maybe a poker chip earring. I don't think she had one. She might have, but if she didn't, a poker chip earring.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was just a wholehearted miss from Janey for me.
Yeah. But yeah, there could have been something else.
Anything else, really.
But like the dress by itself and her face is gorgeous. But
yeah. It's a well-constructed garment for the garment that it is.
Yeah.
But next is Jujubee. Now, Juju is so interesting in this episode because she does share. Now, this is her 4th celebrity impersonation that she's had to do on Drag Race. So obviously, we're at the dregs of what Jujubee can provide. With all that being said, I think this is the 2nd best share we've seen on Drag Race.
It was so bad it was good. Like, it was
Absolutely.
bad. It was just bad in all the right ways. Like, her tongue was freaking me out
the whole time.
Like, how do you make your tongue look like a Vienna sausage? But
right?
Like, it was like a weird shape, and it was funny though. It's like that she picked up on that fast enough, and then kept doing it more and more.
Yeah,
where a lot of other people wouldn't.
Because, like, let's be honest here. Snatch Game at this point is just who can make RuPaul laugh the most. It's not about the quality of the jokes. It's not about the quality of the construction of the character. It's about making RuPaul laugh the most. And Jujubee did that.
Yeah, and because it was such a caricature of...
For me, it was like a caricature of Chad Michaels doing Cher.
It's kind of like when you go to Dollar Tree and you're like, I want to buy a Barbie.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, but it's spelled Burby. You're like, yeah, well, we don't need to discuss that.
Yeah.
It has two left legs, but we're moving on.
Yeah, maybe missing a shoe. You know, I loved my favorite joke. I think of the whole thing was charcuterie.
Yeah,
That was that's the cleverness of Jujubee that I've been missing on this season. Like she started, and I was like, oh my god, I think Jujubee is actually here finally.
Yeah.
Like I think she's actually here. We'll talk about the placements and everything like that. I don't think Jujubee should have been in the bottom.
No, like she knew she wasn't going to be good, so she just went with the bad, and she embraced it, and that's what made it so much fun.
I also think this might be her second best celebrity impersonation.
Well, for me, it was my favorite she's done because it felt so much like her. Like Eartha Kitt was really good, but it didn't feel like her.
Fair.
And this just feels like this is some shit she would do on Halloween with all her friends.
Absolutely.
So that's what I liked, is it felt natural. Like she does this all the time on Thursdays for the hell of it.
Right. Like, is she gonna be rivaling Chad Michaels? No. But was this good? Was this better than Delta Works' share? Absolutely. Absolutely it was. Now this runway look, I got it immediately. Even without the arm thing, I got it immediately. What throws me off just so completely is the hair.
I'm going to be honest with you. My dumb ass didn't get it till I watched through the second time today.
No. Lucy, no.
Yesterday was a very long day, or whatever day it was on.
I understand.
But then when I watched it again today, and I was like, oh my god, you idiot. Because the whole time I'm like, I don't understand how this is. I'm like, what is she doing with her arm? How did I miss it? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't clock it. So
good one. See, I see now. I honestly, this probably was her kitty girl runway.
That's what I was like. And figured,
I'm pretty sure she was like, well, crap. That's probably going to be a runway. Like looking at the other runways, it's probably going to be a runway, and I want to be here longer. So. I agreed with the judges where I was like, I wish there was some semblance of cat above the neck.
Yeah.
But I love this like gown interpretation of the cat. It fits her perfectly. She looks beautiful. I like the hair, just not with this look.
Yeah, I liked it a lot more after I got it. I don't even know how. I missed it the first time. I must have.
It happens.
I'm getting
old.
It
happens, yeah.
So I liked it a lot more, but the hair needed to be different.
Anything else, honestly.
Yeah. It's almost like somebody's yoga got caught in it backstage. And like, shit, just cut the string, and she just ran out, and it's off to the side.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually what happened. Truthfully. But yeah, I thought, I really don't think Jujubee should have been in the bottom.
No.
I also hate the if you're not in the top, you're in the bottom thing. I really hate that.
Yeah, especially with this format, it makes it.
Yeah.
It like you're just setting it up for somebody to pick anybody off, really.
We'll talk about it because they sure did. Oh, Mo Hart as Billy Porter, the choice that RuPaul gave her, which. As soon as Ru said it in the workroom, I was like, that honestly is a great choice. And I think despite not preparing this at all, I think Mo did incredible.
Oh yeah, I felt it. Like it felt like she practiced it
100%.
Which it may be something she just kind of does around people, so it's because it felt like it was very comfortable for her.
Yeah. I mean, Mo and Billy occupy a very similar space within the queer community.
Yeah.
As far as personality goes, as far as energy goes. And that's really what RuPaul is like trying to drive home in these, like, especially these more recent seasons. It's like, do someone adjacent to your personality. And this is like the hallmark of that for me.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much they were alike until this. I'm like,
yeah,
they could actually be related, and I believe it.
The host moment where she's like, normally I host these things, so maybe I need to take over for you. I was like, this is so smart. And Mo did a really good job of volleying off of RuPaul. I don't necessarily know. She was obviously not comfortable enough in the character to volley with other people, but I think she did a really good job of volleying with RuPaul.
Yeah, it was believable, and it had its moments that it was spot on. So I was really happy with
and
Mo.
then God, Jesus, and everybody in between, this runway look.
Yeah, this is like, I think, one of my favorite runways I've ever seen any franchise.
I definitely, I think I would agree with you. I believe, oh God, I saw the Instagram video. I believe this is Joshua Naponte out of Chicago, which would not surprise me. I think, probably, I don't know. This, I mean, they even said you need to be wearing this color combination every time you do drag from now on.
Yeah. Like, well, it's my favorite color combination, so I did notice that.
Sure.
Plus, having the flamingos, like, it's so extra, and the more you look at it, like, God, there's really a lot happening.
Yeah.
But it's the one time, like, more is okay.
More is more, and more is great.
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm so sorry. Mo is Mo. Mo is Mo. Yes.
And she knew she was gonna kill it. Like, yeah, I don't think anybody even came close to touching her on the runway.
Oh, no, not at all. Not on this season. Not in a few seasons. Like, I would say, honestly, the last look that really, truly, like, captured my attention and held it the entire time they were on the runway was Simone's finale white look.
Yeah.
The giant fucking peplums. Like, that was the last time I truly was like, holy fuck, on the runway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about placements because I have thoughts. But we love Mo. Mo did great. Mo's finally here as well, I feel like.
Yeah. 100%.
And she's been overlooked. She's been overlooked the last couple of weeks, in my opinion. But yes. Oh boy. One more. It's Pangina as Mariah Carey. And as soon as she said Mariah Carey, I started yelling at my TV.
Yeah, I was like, oh
no, please no.
And of course, Ru kept her mouth shut, didn't say.
Right?
The one time she doesn't suggest something, like.
Yeah, I think it's also difficult because this is Pangina's first time doing Snatch Game.
Yeah, it's just, oh.
Yeah, the look, phenomenal.
Yeah, she had the mannerisms down.
That's Mariah Carey, yeah.
She had the look and the mannerisms down. Like, even the way she would do everything with her hands was almost like she's never had nails on before, but she's like, just the way she touched everything was...
Yeah.
That was spot on, but what more do you do? I mean, she had a couple good jokes land.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, and I don't know how prevalent this specific reference would have been in Thailand, But I would have gone with like it wasn't even out yet. I was gonna say the Mariah menu at McDonald's.
They had a Mariah menu?
Yeah, she had like a full menu of items at one point over like Christmas or Thanksgiving or something. But that was like this last Christmas.
I think you're right.
I think I would have loved, like, a lot of people likened it to like wanting her to do more of like what Shangela did with Mariah Carey. And while those are very different, they're also very the same. I almost wish she had just like had a ton of Christmas shit. Like lean into the Christmas. I'm like trying to act like I still like Christmas even though I hate Christmas. Like make a character out of Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I just
like talk about how this is the only relevant thing you've done in the last 20 years other than Christmas every year. Like, there's ways to do this well. But now we've seen 2 Mariah Careys. We know, don't do Mariah on Snatch Game. Just don't do it.
No, I just don't think she has enough with her personality to do anything with. It's the problem.
Yeah, unless you go like full diva, a la what Shangela did in the Rusical. But that's a very different sort of situation. The runway look, I saw a lot of people that didn't like it. I actually really like this.
I did too. I loved it. And I love the coin reveal. That was cute. It was
There's coins coming out of my vagina. I loved it. Like it's not my favorite thing Pangina's worn on the runway, but I think it's a very good look.
It's very costumey, yes, but it's not like even the fact that it has her name on it. It's the detail with like the coins coming off the shoulder. It's like she went so extra with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just, it was one of my favorites. For the runway because
I agree. It moved like the little details, like the sevens. It says casino slag at the top. The coins coming out of her vagina, like that pushed it from costume to camp for me.
Yeah.
And someone made the critique, I think it was Michelle, of like losing your shape. But then when you look at it, like it's a boxy shape, but there's like an hourglass shape in the slot machine itself, which I believe to be 100% intentional.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it lost the shape at all. It just over exaggerated things, but then also having as much leg showing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cape just is kind of like the curtains and everything you see at casinos. Like she went there. Like I thought it was great, but
the only part I didn't particularly care for was the like confetti thing coming off of her left shoulder, because that looked a little cheap. But like I don't even think she would have needed it. Like I think the look by itself kind of sells everything. But yeah, this is definitely one of the better looks on the runway for me.
Yeah. I can go either way with the confetti thing. I kind of like the extra, but
sure. Totally.
I'm a little extra.
Fair. No, that's completely fair. So, Luci, other than Mo Hart, who had your favorite look on the runway?
I really liked Blues just because I like the green and I like Pangina's.
Yeah. That was definitely like the 3 top looks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will absolutely agree. But Mo killed it, point blank and period. So
yeah,
we go to judging, and we find out that the winners, or the top 2, I can't even say winners because they're not the winners because there's only one winner, which is dumb to me. But the top 2 of the week are Baga Chipz and Blu Hydrangea. Do we agree?
No, I don't.
I don't either. But I think we have different answers for who we would have put in the top.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because I would have picked Baga. Baga would have been the top for me, but I also really understand that reference. And then if it was based off Snatch Game, Jujubee. If it's based off Runway, probably Pangina for me was just edged out Blue for me a little bit more. I like Blue. I just like the creativity of it, but also Blue. But I didn't really like Blue's
Snatch Game.
So I didn't see her in the top for me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and for me, like, obviously, based on what made me laugh in conjunction with the runway, I think for me, if I had to pick two, it would probably be Blue and Mo. If you're combining the two together, with Juju as a very close third for me. And for me, Baga would have been safe because, like, it just didn't make me laugh all that much, but I understand that, like, the reference was so spot on that, like, I have to respect that, but also I didn't love her runway look at all. So that's kind of, I would have done Blue and Mo, I think. And I think that would have been a great lip sync too.
It would, the outcome would have been different.
It sure would have. Because we get the good old horrible twist of if you're not in the top, you're in the bottom. So everybody else is in the bottom. I truly do not think that this should have been the case.
No.
There was a very clear bottom two based on Snatch Game performance.
Yeah, for me, Pangina and Janey should have been in there.
Agreed.
Based off of Snatch Game.
Yes.
I hate that Pangina should have been there, but she should have been.
Yeah. If you're balancing Snatch Game with Runway, like, if it's on a 10-point scale, I would give Pangina's Runway an 8 or so, and I would have given her Snatch Game like a 3.
But it's like, at the end of the day, Janey should have gone.
Agreed, completely.
I didn't see. Janey in was no world did I see her escaping this week.
Well, there not much happens in the backstage. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, bottom 4." All we see is a rotation of the girls going to either Baga or Blue, and Pangina leaves her conversation with Blue feeling very confident, and leaves her conversation with Baga not very confident. Because the entire episode, Baga was like, I'm doing this for Jimbo. I'm going to win for Jimbo, which I didn't bring up because it's fucking annoying and stupid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can't stand Baga Chipz. I can't stand her. Sorry, I'm saying it definitively now. I cannot stand that person. So I'm not sorry anymore. Honestly, I'm not, because I just feel like they are going to push the Baga Chipz agenda in the next episode, and she's somehow going to win the season, even though she's not going to have a win.
I hope you're wrong, but
I hope I'm wrong too, but I don't think I am at this point.
Yeah.
Which is shit, but yeah, it's such a shame again that Jujubee was in the bottom, because she really, and Mo, I don't think either of them really deserve to be in the bottom.
No.
Even based solely on Snatch Game performance.
Yeah.
It's just like, why put, I guess because it's weird then to put the only two people with RuPeter badges in the bottom. Is that their justification for not doing it? I don't know.
They do it so we have something to wonder about and talk about on when we record the podcast.
God, while I do hope they do a second season of this, I'm gonna understand if they don't.
I hope they learned a lot from this one.
I'm feeling very much so about this season the same way, for very different reasons, that I felt about Down Under. Like, I hope that they learn from this, like, experimental season. Not that Down Under was an experimental season. It just had bad people. But, yeah. So, anyway, Blu and Baga are going to the lip sync. Baga looks like an absolute hot disaster. There is no shape. This dress is ill-fitting. This wig is horrible. Her makeup is bad.
Yeah,
I wish she had lip-synced in her fucking leprechaun look.
No, when Baga came out, I was like, it's when you go to open stage night at any drag show and somebody gets up there trying to be Rue McClanahan. And they're like, oh, this isn't it. This isn't it. Like it was
the best Rue McClanahan impression we've seen on Drag Race. I'll say that.
It was it was like if Rue had a rough.
She was she had a few too many gentleman callers going on, and all that. But
it was like Rue McClanahan battles a troll doll. I was so confused.
Yep. But I thought Blu looked beautiful. I love this. Okay, I have a conspiracy theory that this entire look was left to her by Cheryl Hole, because this looked like Cheryl Hole.
Yeah, well,
with Blu Hydrangea's body.
Yeah.
But I loved it. It looked really good on Blu. The hair, especially, yeah.
Yeah, but I love 80s. Mm-hmm. I love the 80s, so
yeah,
I was here for it. It was.
I'm like, if this is a lip sync look that Cheryl wanted to use and didn't, I'm glad Blu got it then.
Yeah, I just wish that Blu could lip sync.
Well, okay.
It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
But I think it's just safe to say, for the most part, UK performers aren't known for the lip syncing capabilities, because most of them do sing live. Yeah. But you still,
or at this point, are just social media queens.
And I swear to God, it must be something in the water. But every time a UK queen death drops, I expect them to go right through the stage. It's like the way they throw themselves up and back. It looks like my shoulder hurts for an hour after.
Did y'all not see Shangela break her leg doing one of those a few years ago? No. Also, so they lip synced to this song "Let It Go" by Alexandra Burke. I've heard of her. I've never heard the song. It's cute.
It was a cute song, but they did not do it justice.
We also didn't talk about the judges at all. I want to acknowledge them because they exist. It was actress Michelle Keegan and Radio 1 DJ Clara Amfo. I thought they both were beautiful and lovely and brought beautiful, lovely energy, but I don't remember anything they said.
Nope.
So, yeah, but cool work. They're beautiful.
Why didn't they have
Kate Price?
Yeah, why didn't have her?
And then I don't know. I mean,
she was busy.
She's Kate Price. Her implants were held at gunpoint in South Africa, Lucy. I just wanted RuPaul to look at her and just be like, the nipples, the eyes, of the face.
Right?
Oh God, I love Bimini. I love Bimini so much. But yeah, the judges were cute, whatever. The lip sync, anyone lip syncing against Baga Chipz is gonna win. Jimbo lip syncing against Baga Chipz would have won.
That's something I'm glad I never had to see.
Same. That would have been rock bottom, worst case scenario. And I hate that literally the three best lip syncers of the season, in my opinion, Lemon, Juju, and Mo, have yet to lip sync.
Yeah, I don't think Lemon's going to get a chance.
No, I don't think she is either. I just have a feeling. And neither will Pangina anymore, because Blu wins the lip sync and sends her home in a dramatic, emotional, horrible moment.
Right.
Just downright horrible. Though I will say, in the way that I very much so understood Pangina sending home Jimbo last week, I very much so understand Blu sending home Pangina, and I can't be mad at Blu.
No, it would have been easier if Pangina wasn't as likable.
Yes.
But Pangina's kind of like just comes across as a very sweet person.
Pangina is honestly the reason I watched this season. Like, Pangina and Mo are like the two reasons I watched the season.
Yeah, so I don't know, and it was
It's
so hard
difficult.
and plus Pangina, I didn't think about it until today, but Pangina's the first person never, or like who's been back on a show who hasn't been eliminated. So she's never, her first time ever feeling this was then.
Yeah.
So, it's the rest of them have all been through that.
Well, Janey kinda. It was more so like, Envy, you win. Janey, you're also great, and if Envy wasn't here, you would have won.
Yeah, you still didn't.
You still didn't win, but
yeah, you've been through that moment of I didn't make it, and she's never done that, and she was killing it.
Yeah. Literally, her track record is top, high, top, eliminated. It's truly wild.
Like Blue did what I don't want to say that I would want to have done, but what would have been the smart thing to do.
Blue played the social strategy of Drag Race All-Stars.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at that because honestly, we've been waiting for queens to play this game this way since the All-Stars format started. It's just, it fucking sucks that Pangina was on the short end of this whole situation. And like, it sucks, but like, I can't say that if I was in that position, I wouldn't do the same thing.
No. I mean, really, I think looking back though, probably in her head was probably between Mo and Pangina, because I would have kept Jujubee around too, because
Jujubee hasn't been performing well.
She's not predictable.
Janey's hit or miss.
So yeah,
like Janey's track record is literally like win, bottom, or win, bottom, or something like that. Like Janey's so unpredictable. So yeah, I feel like it probably would have been Mo or Pangina. And like, if I have to pick one to go between those two, I guess it's Pangina. But like, I don't know. It's difficult because we're now going into the final 5, the last episode before the finale. There are 2 people with a win, 2 people that haven't been in the bottom or in the top at all, and Baga Chipz.
And Baga Chipz.
Like, I don't know. I'm over this season. I'm going to be really honest. I just want it to be over. I'm more excited for Drag Race España than I am for this. Like, I'm more excited about season 14 right now than I am for this.
Yeah, season 14 I'm loving, so
I'm just hoping that either Blue or Mo wins the season in the end. Now I will say, I don't know if you've seen anything. And I don't want to necessarily say anything if you haven't seen it. But I saw the format for how the final episode is going to work.
Oh no,
I don't know. I don't know if you want to know. I could bring it up here. If not, I'll leave it to myself. But
well, as long as you don't say who wins.
No, I don't know who makes it to the top 4. I just know the format. So I'll go ahead and throw up the tea time disclaimer. We're talking about spoilers, so if you don't want them, bye. But apparently, the final episode is a lip sync smackdown for the crown. Because this next episode is like the Remix challenge, where they all have to do a cover of a RuPaul song, basically. And then the final 4, the only reason I found that out is because I was scrolling on the fandom wiki trying to get photos for an episode, and they had it updated where it was like a bracket lip sync style situation.
Well, if that's the case, then it should be obvious who should be in the top if you just look at how they will probably perform.
Yes, and unfortunately it's the Americans.
Yeah, it doesn't leave any room at all for Baga. So if Baga makes
no,
like they're going to have to really.
That's like the one saving grace I'm having now that I know this information.
What are they going to pull out? Is it all just going to be like Eliza Knight?
Literally, all 3 lip sync songs would have to be Liza Minnelli
or in order for Baga.
Literally, in order for Baga to have a shot, not even guaranteed, just have a shot at winning. I don't know.
Like I said before, the UK queens are not known for their lip sync skills.
No.
And that could be bad for Blu also because she's not horrible, but
Janey, Mo, and Juju are better.
Yeah, as long as Mo glues and pins her wigs down.
Very that. I honestly feel like even with her horrible track record, I think there's a genuine chance we see Jujubee win the season because of this lip sync smackdown. Like, if there's one thing we know Jujubee can do other than lip sync to Juice by Lizzo, it's deliver a solid lip sync.
Yeah, as long as it's not a dance remix. I don't know what she would do in that situation.
And even then, like, we've seen her lip sync to upbeat songs and do very well.
Yeah.
Because I think immediately of Shake Your Love against Pandora. Mind you, that was 10 years ago. So, you know, I have faith that her skills are still at least somewhat the same. But if it's RuPaul songs, sorry, Juju, I don't know how you're going to do. But I'm like, is this how we get Jujubee to get a win? Because you know what? At this point, I'm fine with it if Juju wins.
Yeah, I don't really have a favorite anymore now that I think about it.
Anyone but Baga Chipz.
Yeah.
Is kind of where I'm at. Like, I'd love to see Blu take it because I love Blu. I'd love Juju because I love Juju. I love Mo, so I'd love to see it. And I love Janey. And I think Janey might have the best chance of getting it and has the best credentials to win at this point.
Yeah, well, Janey is a good lip syncer. Granted, when they did the Vanga Boys was not a good week for her, but she was trying to do that type of choreography, even though it was like Naysha Lopez upgraded just a bit. It just became sideways.
it was literally like a bump, like the whole time. I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
For 3.5 minutes. Like, did that go on for 3.5 minutes on that stage?
I hope not.
Like, give her a squeegee, let her clean some car windows.
Right? Tag in someone else. Like, bring Cheryl Hole back in. Tag in with Cheryl. Like, I don't know. Oh, but that's what we think about Paul's Drag Race. Episode 4. The departure of Pangina Heals. I'm still sad. What do y'all think? Let us know in the comments. Let us know on Twitter. Follow Luci. All of Luci's links will be below. Check out their cosmetics brand. And I think on the day this video is going up, you're going to be live later this evening.
Yeah. I was like, am I? Yeah.
Yeah, because it goes out Monday is when it's going out. So yeah, so go check out that their Instagram link will be available below as well. So go check them out. with that, I guess cheers. So that's all we have to do. I don't want to talk about this episode anymore.
Neither do I.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, bye. Goodbye, Pangina. We love you, Pangina.
Pangina.